Seattle, America's fastest growing city, topping the list of the best cities to live in the US. Okay, I might have made up some of those, but I do feel like I've seen some of those headlines before. Hi friends, Alex Kai's here, and this is a home in Seattle. I don't really have too much of a plan for today's video, mostly just to hang out in Seattle's core, in Capitol Hill, and show you around a little bit. I talked to a lot of people who are thinking about moving to town, and they have a lot of questions. So I wrote down a few, and we're just gonna go over some Q&A style. So mostly today, I just want to grab a cup of coffee, go on a walk because I need some exercise, and the only bit of business I have to do is do a video walkthrough of a condo for a client who's thinking about moving to town. So let's get to it. So I'm in Capitol Hill at General Porpoise getting a cup of coffee and just want to start answering some of these questions. I mean, it's a good question, but it kind of depends on what lifestyle you're looking for. What's your living situation, where your job is. I'd say if you're kind of a young couple in your 20s, then Capitol Hill's a great place to start. There's a lot of other people in that same life stage, so there's a good opportunity to make friends around here. And there's just things to do and places to hang out at. If you're moving here as a student, then I definitely recommend staying close to campus. For families, I'd say I really like Ballard and Wedgwood. It's very family friendly. There's good schools. There's a lot of parks to hang out at. There's a lot of other families there. So again, you can make friends. If you're looking for kind of a more neighborhoody, less urban area, then West Seattle's a good spot. But you do want to be aware of the West Seattle Bridge being out. It makes it hard to get in and out. There's this huge detour, and I'm not even sure if there's a target date on that project being done. One thing to note, if you are moving here for a tech job and you want to be close to your workplace, I don't really recommend moving to South Lake Union or Belltown. It is nice because you can probably walk to your office, but rents are just really high. I see a lot of rentals for $3,000, $3,500, whereas if you go to Capitol Hill, which is still pretty close, you can get something closer to $2,000 or $2,500. A couple people have asked me too if you can live on the peninsula and take a ferry into town, which sounds like a dream. I would love that commute, but I would not recommend it. It can take probably 2 hours to get through the ferry during rush hour, and it would just be such a headache and such a nightmare. One thing that's nice about Seattle, if you're moving here for a job, there's a lot of other job prospects, so it's kind of nice knowing that you can there's always a place to grow, somewhere new. If you need to move up, there's a lot of different options around. I'm having a pretty good day today. I always like this beginning of fall season. People are happy and getting cozy and the weather's crisp. It's just pleasant. Coming up to the park now, so I'm gonna find a place to sit down. Now, a lot of people move here thinking that Seattle's a major metropolitan city and you must be able to go car-free and just rely on public transit. But I don't think that that's the case. I do think that it might be possible in Capitol Hill. There's some decent transit. It's pretty centrally located. The light rail is really easy to get to. But the rest of the city, it's just not as good. There's bus lines, sure, but they're inconsistent. They're always canceling and adding new lines. And I've waited at a bus stop for an hour before just because no bus came when it was supposed to. And yes, there are a ton of parks in the city, and it's really nice. They're always within walking distance, pretty much. It's a good place, especially during the pandemic, to kind of hang out with friends or just treat as public gathering spaces. I really enjoyed the parks living in Seattle. A lot of people are wondering about the weather, and yes, it does rain quite a bit here, but it never rains that hard. I think the average rainfall over the year is similar to a lot of other cities. It just kind of drizzles a lot of the time. I'm more bothered by the darkness here. There's just kind of a general overcast feeling most of the time, but also we're up pretty north here in Seattle. Just during the winter, there aren't many hours of sunlight. It can get dark at like 4 o'clock. It makes it a little hard in February as we're ending the winter. I always just get tired of it. But then the summer makes up for it, which is nice. I'm checking out this condo for a client of mine, and we're right in the middle of Capitol Hill. This is a pretty good spot. Let me show you around. It's a fairly small space. I can see it all from this corner. And we have this kitchen with some decently updated cabinets, and this is more of a studio, I suppose. You can put a bed up here, and then there's a bathroom, little sink, toilet, shower, and then a closet here. It is small, but we're right on a park. Look at that. And we're a block from the main bit of Capitol Hill, so it's not a bad spot. So how hard is it to get a rental around here? Well, these days it's not too bad. Demand is going down a little bit, and I see a lot of deals for like a free month or so. But know that if it is getting competitive out there, in Seattle at least, landlords have to take the first qualified applicant. So pretty much just means be the first to apply, be the first in line, and you'll most likely get the place. Now, how long does it take to buy, though? Real estate is going very crazy around here. If you've seen any of my other videos, we've talked a lot about how to buy a house in this really competitive Seattle market. On average, though, the people that I work with to buy a house, it takes about 3 months from starting the process to getting keys. And obviously it can take a little bit shorter, it can take longer, but that's a good average to plan on. And how much does it cost to live here? Well, in Capitol Hill, I see a lot of apartments going for anywhere from like $1,500 to $2,500 a month, and if you're in different parts of the city, it's going to vary. But like I said before, South Lake Union is going to be more expensive. Up north, it's going to be cheaper. It all depends on where you want to land. If you're buying, same thing. The average single-family home right now is about $1 million, kind of fluctuating around that number. You can find a townhouse for about $700,000 to $800,000, and a condo for probably about $600,000. Now, of course, that changes over the course of the year, and housing prices are always going up. So if you're looking to buy, it's good to get in as soon as you can, because it's just going to keep getting more expensive. Okay, that was a bunch of quick answers to a couple of broad questions, but I hope that helps. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below, and I'll try to answer them in the next Q&A video. And if you're thinking about making a home in Seattle, send me a message.